Hello and welcome to the short Vort on Parshas Behar-Bechukosai in Chutz La'aretz. In Perek Chaf-Hei, Pasuk Lamed Beis, the Pasuk in Bahar says, "V'chi yamuch achicha umata yado imach v'chazakta bo." When your brother becomes impoverished and falters, you should help him. So the Midrash in the Parsha, the Midrash Rabbah says that it brings down a pasuk in Tehillim, Perek Memalav, pasuk Beis, Asher Ashrei Maskil El Dal Biyom Raso Yimal Tehu Hashem. Praiseworthy is he who contemplates the needy. On the day of evil, Hashem will liberate him. Now, if you notice in the pasuk, it doesn't say lucky is the one who gives, no saint adal. It says one who's maskil, who contemplates. So the Midrash explains this to mean that you should think about the dal, the poor person, or your brother who's having difficulty, in order for you to benefit. But if it's for you to benefit, why would you contemplate him? Why don't you contemplate yourself? So R'Moshe Sofer, the Chassam Sofer, explains that it says in the pasuk, "Umata yado imach," and he is faltering, then you should be looking to watch for the clues before he is down on the dumps, before you find him on Bowery Row. You should see that his business is starting to go bad. Ask if you can help him out somehow, do the marketing or whatever it is. It's easier to help someone who's only faltering than one who's already fallen. And once you do this, Hashem will act mida k'neged mida, and it'll be for your benefit too, because Hashem will then help you before you stumble fully. He will help you even when you're faltering only a little bit. So therefore, contemplate helping this faltering brother of yours, and Hashem will reward you. Moving on to the Bechukosai, so I'd like to share an original thought that I think for myself about Bechukosai telechu, if you go in my laws. Rashi says that you should be amel in Torah, you should toil in Torah, you should be osek in Torah, and gross in Torah. So, there's a lot of parallels that I see between the physical world and that can teach us for the spiritual world. And one example I think is the treadmill. Because if a person is learning for an hour, and one person is able to learn 10 blot or do a lot more chesed or whatever it is, they can learn for an hour and they'll feel good about it. But then the guy who's can't even finish one blot in that hour, he might not feel good about himself and he'll think, oh, it's not worth it for me to do it. But the reality is about the amelis. They're both toiling for an hour. One has the abilities that he's able to make a greater distance than the other one. But the Torah counts the effort when it comes to doing mitzvahs. So if you look at the treadmill, someone can be on a treadmill for an hour. And it seems like you're going nowhere because if you look down, you're just exactly where your feet started. But the reality is there too, you've burned calories for an hour. The amelis on the treadmill benefits. So you see there's not how far you go and move, but how much effort you put it in for Torah. So thank you for listening. Have a wonderful week and a wonderful Shabbos.